Sick. Back on the 701, baby. Let's get it. Leaving Canyon Lake. Parking at the gate. Here we go. To the tattoo shop we go. A huge positive to living out here in not the middle of nowhere, but off the path, is you get all these dope swoopy roads in and out of the house. It's kind of like living on some random back road where you get all these like slamming bank turns and everything. Like if you lived up in Ottawa, all the turns all the way up to Ottawa are banked. It's pretty cool. These turns aren't banked, I'm not saying that, but it's super rad having to start your ride with twisties. I've always been the city kid. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not living in the city now, but I'm a little, obviously this isn't the immediate city. Your boy's a little bit away from what he's used to right now. I'm a little outside my comfort zone. It's nice though, because all I've ever known was the city. So coming out here is just a change of scenery, quite literally. We got a bit of a June gloom situation today. It's June 19th, and it's a little overcast, which is my favorite weather. Perfect riding conditions for your boy. I get to wear a sweater, I get to blast down to the shop, which is about an hour away, depending on which way I take. I think I'm going to take the twisty way because we're recording, for the sake of that. Get some footy, something to post. 2020 701 Supermoto. Oh, this bike. I got the Harley at the house and I feel bad just letting it sit, but there is not a more fun bike than this, especially out here on these roads. Right now we are just off the 74, right outside of Lake Elsinore, Menifee, California, Paris, California. The Highway 74 that takes you from the 215 freeway in Moreno Valley, Paris area, all the way to the beach, like San Juan Capistrano area, and it takes you through the twisties, and that's a pretty bitchin' ride. We'll do that one of these days. There's a rad San Juan Capistrano skate park at the end of the 74 going that way, and that's a fun ride. And I gotta do that one again. I did it a while ago on the Harley, but I want to do it on the 701 because that's a much more appropriate vehicle for the trip, and it's a bitchin' skate park on the other side, so why not? Two birds with one stone. Today we are testing out the Osmo, the DJI Osmo 360. I have a bulbous ND32 on both sides of the camera, but I'm only shooting the camera in single lens mode because I'm trying to find what I think is the perfect perspective for moto vlogging. I've tried, I mean, my favorite is the Nano, but the Nano is not wide enough. This I know is wide, extremely wide. That's not even a question. It's a 360 camera. And when you use a 360 camera in a single lens mode, it's a full 180 degrees that you're getting. So when it's single lens mode, it is an extremely wide perspective, as you can see right now. When you switch it into single lens mode, and then you pick your 16:9 or 4:3, whatever aspect ratio you want, your frame rate and all that stuff. And so when it does that, then it, oh, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Thank you. Your boy's a little paranoid. Anyway, sidetrack. So you pick 16:9 or whatever. When you're in the 16:9, you go over to the Rocksteady settings, and I have Rocksteady turned on. Because I want it smooth, nice, and I know it messes with the motion blur and everything, but I don't care. I'll take the little sacrifices just to keep the footage nice and smooth. When you put it in the 16:9, you have the option to shoot wide or ultra wide, and I have it set to ultra wide right now. And in the camera, it says that it's about a 6mm equivalent. So take that for what you will. We'll see if it's too wide or if it's just wide enough, or that's all this stuff is. I figure I live an hour from the shop, that if I can just try different cameras, try different angles, and post them on the internet, give you guys some perspective of how these different cameras perform and all these different settings. Because if you're anything like me, you get a camera and you use it here and there, but you're not really exploring all the possibilities of how it can work and how all the stuff is and everything. I want to know what is the best look on my motorcycle, personal preference to me. What is the best looking field of view? Is a extremely ultra wide field of view like this good because you can see everything? Because you definitely want to see the cockpit, you want to see the bars, a little bit of the bike, but then you want the road ahead of you and you don't want too much sky. So it's a weird thing trying to get the perfect perspective. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm trying to get the perfect perspective where I get just enough of the bike and enough of the in front of me, and that's the goal. So if this might be too wide, because I know I've shot with this camera in 360, and when I shoot it in 360, you can choose how wide you want it. It could get ridiculously wide, and that's a little ridiculous. I don't need, when it's in 360 mode, it can literally be to where you see me and the whole entire bike, and that's just, it looks too wide. So I'm hoping that this is the perspective that works the best for this. And if it doesn't, then, because I know I like the Nano the most, but the Nano's not very wide. Like the Nano crops in quite a lot, and you have to kind of choose just a little bit of the bike and a little bit of the scenery. But the Nano doesn't weigh anything on the helmet, and so that's kind of like, that's the biggest benefit to having the Nano, because it comes in the two pieces. You get the Nano and then you get the module, like the screen module piece at the bottom, and you start recording and stick the camera module in your pocket and just have that little tiny camera piece while you have the screen in your pocket, and it's like, I don't feel anything on my helmet with that. This is definitely the chunkiest setup yet. Like the Osmo 360 is a bit of a brick on the helmet. So that's, and I have it right now, I have it flipped upside down, because when it's on my helmet mounted on the front how I have it, and it's flipped all the way up, it's blocking some of my view because it's a 360 camera, it's kind of tall. When I used to run the Insta360s, you couldn't see anything at all. Like, you felt like a Cyclops. The Insta360s are such a tall camera that it's like, it's dead center in your peripheral, so you can't, it sucks. So for me, I'm mounting the camera, I don't know if you can see it on here at all, let's see. There you go, like I have the camera flipped upside down, hopefully you can see that. And that way, the issue with that is if I look too far down, I can feel it hitting me in the chest, and that's not comfortable. But that's what all this is about. I'm trying to find how this thing sits the best, and I feel like this is a better weight. It feels a little better weighted upside down like this. And then I have, what you're listening to right now is the Mic 3 inside the helmet. I have the Simpson M30 helmet, and it has a really small snout, so I have to, I don't know if everybody does this, and this helmet's pretty noisy. So a lot of the time what you'll have to do is, the one thing I do like over the GoPro cameras is I haven't found a way, I don't think you can adjust the gain in the camera. I know the Mic 3 has 32-bit float, and that's turned on as well. I got the 32-bit float, so it's recording its own 32-bit float onto the Mic 3. And then I also have the track being recorded into the Osmo 360. So I have that option to use the 32-bit float track as well. But because this helmet's so noisy and the snout of the helmet is real close to my mouth, I have the gain inside the camera turned down -12 dBs. And that's as far down as I can get it to go, is -12. Because I don't want, like, when you have this at 0, and maybe I'm just too loud too, that could be a big part of it. But when you have it at 0, the gain, and you film one of these moto vlogs, it is so loud. Like, it sounds like I'm screaming, everything's clipping, it sounds terrible. And I don't want it to be like that. So I messed with a bunch of the settings, and I found that it being all the way down at -12 seems to be the best case for the job. So Mic 3 in the helmet, -12 dB, turned all the way down. If it could go to -20, I go -20, but it is what it is. Negative 12 seems to be good enough for what we're doing. Eventually I want to buy a nicer helmet, like, I don't know, just a quieter helmet, to see if that improves the audio as well. But for me, this shit sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna, like, I don't mind it. Like, I think this is the move for me so far. Alright. Now we're getting into some of these twisties. All the technical shit's out of the way. 4K 30, 16:9, Osmo 360, Indy 32, mic 3, negative 12 on the DB, 32-bit float. Let's just ride. What the fuck is that? Like the best part of the whole ride. This guy's right here. See if I can get around homeboy. Thank you. Yo! This road is so sick. And this is the bike. Like a roller coaster. Two. You. Three. Turn always gets me. I always come into it too hot, and then the exit is shit. So, that was perfect. Probably could have gone a little faster, but no complaints. There's no cars like this is the best road ever. When there's a couple cars, it sucks. Because you're worried about passing people or being stuck behind somebody. Oh, cut that one kind of hard. Woo, that'll get your adrenaline going. What a fun ride. There's still a little bit more of it, but that was basically the gist of it. There's a stop sign right here, and then after the stop sign there's a couple little back and forths, but there's a dope little tree covering. Ah, man, that's awesome. That'll get your adrenaline pumping. Banging all those turns. Oh, don't do it, dude. What's going on, bud? I don't know if homie let me go, or which way is he going? I don't know. Either way, thanks, dude. couldn't ask for better weather. This is like, it's a little cold, and I love that. Don't turn, dude, don't turn. Thank you. Thank you. It's a little cold. I'd rather be a little cold than too hot. I can always wear thicker clothes, sweaters, hoodie, whatever. Long sleeves. Riding in a t-shirt in the summer heat, it feels fine when you're on the bike, but then you get off the bike and you feel super sunburned. So coming up right here is the last little section of these twisties, and this part is like the most photogenic part of the whole thing to me, because the trees kind of hug the road a little bit and it looks dope. And then you pop out and you're in the city. This is why people live in California, because I'm just outside of the city and you get rides like this the whole way in. Crests. There's Riverside. This whole strip that we just ran through is Gavilan. It's like Gavilan Hills, and all the dudes that grew up in Riverside riding dirt bikes and stuff, you'd always come out here and ride. It's all these beautiful big houses and all this land. Some of the last little bits of land in Riverside, and it's gorgeous. And it's like a little side back road. It's Calico and Gavilan. If you can find that on a map, if you live anywhere near Riverside, go hit that. It's a fun little rip. And then Lake Matthews, where we get our drinking water for Riverside, is right over there. And then the tattoo shop is right over there. Still like 25-minute ride, but you get the idea. Alright. Hopefully that was good enough. Hopefully this perspective is good. Just trying to test all these different point of views out, seeing if this Osmo 360 is the move or not. It's always nice when, I bought all this gear, so I might as well try it all out and find the perfect perspective, because otherwise then you got no idea if you're gonna, like, you could have the perfect camera in the drawer and never know, because you're just like, oh, somebody on YouTube said that perspective sucked. Get your gear out of the drawer, throw it on your helmet, throw it on your skateboard, throw it on your BMX bike. Try it out. See if you can't find a new or cool way to use it. These action cameras are pretty durable. They can take a bit of a beating. So run that up. Try it out. Anyways, I'm rambling. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you like this perspective, if it's too wide, if you prefer a more punched in perspective, or if you like seeing everything like this on a, technically the camera's saying this is 6mm equivalent, full frame terms. Yeah, let me know down below if you like this kind of stuff, and if not, if you want to see more of the Harley instead of this. I like this bike more. This bike's way more fun, but we can do this on the Harley too. Whatever. Till the next time. Woo! .701. Till the next one. Boom!